I'm Lauren with IndoorGardening.com, and today we're going to be talking about 5 pet-safe plants for your home. Majority of houseplants are actually really toxic to pets and to children, so it can be really difficult to try to find some of those plants that are going to acclimate to homes with pets and children that love to just chew on all of those plants. So if you have been struggling trying to find plants that are going to work in your home and work in your environment with your pets and your children, then this is definitely the list for you. First up on our list, and my personal favorite, is Calathea. These are big jungle foliage. They live in tropical rainforests and jungles. They are understory plants and their leaves get freaking huge. They come in a variety of colors. Their stems are usually red or pink with red or pink, sometimes even a purple back, depending on the variety that you get. But they are all very, very beautiful. They are also known as prayer plants because their leaves will actually move up and down, and this is really cool and really fun for you to watch. They are 100% non-toxic for you, so you can put them anywhere. They will need more and more space as they grow though, so be warned, they might take up some of the kitty's table space. These plants are really fun, and because their leaves get so big and bushy, they can be really fun for pets to hide under and kind of play around. It's also really cool to see the different colors, so it's a win-win for you and your pet. Fittonia come in a variety of colors. They are very, very easy to take care of. You just simply lift them up and put them in some water, let them soak up the water, and then put them back on the shelf. They are very, very easy care plants. They don't need a lot of light. And if your kitty decides to play with them or chew on them, or even your puppy decides to chew on them, they're totally non-toxic and it will be okay. So again, it's a win-win for you and for them. Next up, we have ferns. Now, there are 20,000 different varieties of ferns out there. Majority of them are non-toxic. There are some that are toxic, so make sure you are looking up the specific names for them. But the common ones that you're going to find around, like an astral gem fern, maidenhair fern, blue star fern, rabbitfoot fern, Boston fern, if I didn't say that one already. These are all non-toxic. They are all perfectly safe for you and your pets, and whatever little other babies you have running around. It's totally non-toxic for them. So definitely make sure that you are double checking and researching your plants. Things like the painted lady fern are going to be more toxic. Not necessarily fatal, but toxic nevertheless. So definitely double check your ferns when you're purchasing them. Just give it a quick Google and then the word toxic, and you'll see what'll come up and whatnot. But majority of the ferns that you are going to be finding, especially if they are of a green variety and don't have a lot of color to them, they are non-toxic for you. Ferns are generally big and bushy. They have a lot of fronds with thinner foliage on them generally. They need a higher humidity environment. They also like a lot more water, majority of the time anyway. There are desert ferns out there. We have a whole video on ferns if you want to check them out. But pets absolutely love ferns because there's something that dangles, that they could kind of bat at, that they could play at, and if they chew on it a little bit, you're not really going to notice. So if you have one of those playful kittens that just wants to run around and get into mischief, then maybe a Boston fern will be good for that. But regardless of what type of pet you have, I am sure you can find a type of fern that is going to work for your environment and for your pet. Next up, we have Peperomia. Peperomia are one of the few plants out there that are all non-toxic, all across the board. Every single one is non-toxic for you, and they come in a lot of different varieties. You can get a bushier one like a Peperomia obtusifolia. You can get variegated, non-variegated. They come in a whole variety of colors. You can get pink ones and red ones and green ones and silver ones. There's the Peperomia napoleonite. You can also get various ones that are going to trail for you. So if you want a trailing plant that's non-toxic, which is generally pretty difficult to find these days, this is one for you. You're definitely going to appreciate this, as will your pets if they like dangly plants. So you've got a Peperomia angulata. You can also get a Peperomia scandens, variegata, or just a Peperomia scandens. Their leaves are actually heart-shaped, so very similar vibe to a heartleaf philodendron, but heartleaf philodendron are toxic, whereas this peperomia is not. So you can definitely find substitutes, and peperomia have 1,500 varieties of plants out there, all of which are non-toxic, so I guarantee that you can find some that are going to work with your aesthetic and your pet. And speaking of trailing plants and bushy plants and plants that pets really, really love, spider plants. Spider plants are one of the oldest cultivated plants out there. They were one of the first house plants ever, and they continue to be popular. Pets love them. People love them. They get big, they get bushy, they're easy care. You can let them dry out, you can hang them, or you can put them on tables. They come in a solid green, or you can get a white and green stripe or green and white stripe variety out there. They are really, really cool. They're actually a type of grass, believe it or not, chlorophytum, but they grow really cool. They're called spider plants because they have these little stems that pop out, and they will have little baby spider plants growing directly from them, so you can propagate and plant more. The reason that pets love them so much, though, is because they're actually related to catnip and catgrass. So they kind of call to kitties quite a bit. Also, with their little ribbon strands, they're fun to bat and play, and then they have their little spiderettes hanging down, which just means even more fun to chew on and bat on. So it's totally safe for your plants, or it's totally safe for your pets. No worries, but I would recommend getting one for you and one for your pet, because even the puppies love to play with these because they are a type of grass and it is not going to hurt them to chew on them. Highly recommend this plant. It is a very old variety of houseplant that has been around for a very long time, and with good reason. Hopefully this list gave you and your pets a little bit of planty joy and kind of gave you some varieties that are going to work better for you and meet your aesthetic needs as well as your pets' needs. Make sure you check out indoorgardening.com while you wait for our next video. There's lots of information there for you. We're always happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!